Hi guys. So today is day 27 of our year and a day, and that corresponds with day 55. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. That corresponds with day 55 in our actual book, which is on page 52. And today we are going over the Sabbats, or the Wheel of the Year. Now, this is going to be a really short video because there's a lot of information out there to where you guys can research the 8 Sabbats on your own. And today is a day to do that, to kind of look up information to get more of a solid understanding of the different Sabbats. But basically, you have 4 lesser Sabbats and 4 greater Sabbats. The 4 lesser Sabbats are the 2 solstices and the 2 equinoxes. And those days vary throughout the year. Normally they range anywhere from the 20th to the 23rd of the particular month that they're on. And those 4 days represent the changing of the seasons, the different passing of the sun through the different phases of the what am I trying to say here? There we go, the astronomical signs. There we go. I was like, what? Why can't I figure it's astrological signs? I was like, why can't I say what I'm trying to say? I just woke up from a nap, so I'm like, yeah. So anyway, those are the 4 lesser Sabbats, are the 4 that are on the 4 seasons. And then you have the 4 greater Sabbats, and those are the 4 days that never change throughout the year. And those include Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane, and Lammas, or Lunasa. And it alternates throughout the year. You have a greater Sabbat and then a lesser Sabbat. A greater Sabbat and a lesser Sabbat. And so, basically, what the 8 Sabbath... Today is the day that you're going to be going through and just basically memorizing the 8 Sabbats and their dates. But I think it's an important day to go through and write down notes about each of the Sabbats. Because one of the things that I thought was very difficult when I first started my path was understanding the 8 Sabbats and what they represented. Not only their dates and the name and what they were, like Samhain was the Day of the Dead, or the day that the world between, the veil between the worlds were the thinnest to honor the dead. You know, Beltane was a fire, more of a fire or love holiday. That was all well and good, but there's also, if you want to go through the lore, it's important, at least I thought it was, to understand where the god and goddess are in their phases going through the Sabbats, and what you're doing to understand where they are, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense or whatever. But basically what I'm trying to say is there is a circle, a continuous circle, like the Sabbats, hence the Wheel of the Year, that the god and goddess take. You have the god and goddess that are in their youth. They fall in love and have the great rite on Beltane. She becomes pregnant with the god. She gives birth. The god dies before she gives birth, and then she gives birth to the god, and then it starts all over again. So it's just this cycle, and it's really important, I think, to know what the god and goddess are at each phase of the Sabbats. So that's something to really look into and to really kind of focus on. There are a couple good books out there to look into. That's just something that I like to do. It's something that I think is very important for the Sabbats. It may not be something that's very important to you, but I think it's important, at least in my practice. So the 8 Sabbats in order. Yep. Okay, so you have Samhain, which also known as Halloween, which occurs on October 31st. That's a greater Sabbath, and it's feminine in its energy. Then you have the winter solstice, also known as Yule. That occurs anywhere from December 19th through the 23rd. That's when the sun enters Capricorn. And that's a lesser Sabbath, and it is masculine. Then you have Imbolc on February 2nd. And that is a greater Sabbath, and it is feminine. Then you've got your spring equinox, also known as Ostara. That is March 19th through the 23rd, and it's when the sun enters Aries. And that is a lesser Sabbath, and it is masculine. Then you have Beltane, one of my favesies that we are coming up, and we are going to start going over tomorrow. So excited. So that is on May 1st, and it is a greater Sabbath, and it is feminine. Then you have the summer solstice, which can also be known as Litha. That is June 19th through the 23rd, and it's when the sun enters Cancer. It is a lesser Sabbath, and it is masculine. You have Lammas, or Lunasa, and that is August 1st. That is a greater Sabbath, and it is feminine. And finally, you have the fall equinox, or Mabon, and that is September 19th through the 23rd, one of those days. When the sun enters Libra, it is a lesser Sabbath, and it is masculine. So I hope, like I said, there's a lot more that they go over here. Jeez, oh my goodness. That I just don't want to get into, because if you guys have the book, you can read it. But like I said, I really encourage you guys to go through and not really look into like super ridiculous detail. I mean, you're more than welcome to, but we are going into anywhere from 12 to 20 days a piece on these Sabbaths. So we're going to be going into these pretty hardcore. I just like having nice notes to go back to understand what the Sabbath's all about and what exactly we're celebrating. So anyway, that was day 55, also known as day 27 in real time. Tomorrow we are starting with Beltane, and I'm so freaking excited. And that is going to start us on page 106. That's a long day. It's a long, long day. And tomorrow's the day that you're going to need your flower with a lot of petals, your 5 to 6 inch red taper candle. Oh my god! And then another fresh flower that you will keep intact. So that is today, that is tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go try to frickin' wake up. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.